And we're back with Channel 10 News. On May 23, 1957, Cleveland police went to the home of Tori Mapp looking for a bombing suspect and illegal bedding materials.
However, when the police arrived, she wouldn't let them in without a search warrant. Let's take a brief look back in 1957.
Who's that? Hold on. Can I help you?
Hello, we have reason to believe that you are housing a bombing suspect in your home.
A bombing suspect?
Yes, and that you are involved with illegal gambling activities.
No, ma'am.
We're going to need to search
No,
your
ma'am. I'll have
house.
to call my attorney. No, ma'am.
We have the right to search your
No,
home.
ma'am. Calling my attorney.
This is a search warrant. We have the right to search your home.
No, that's a fake.
No, it's
That's
real.
a fake.
There's obscene materials in this trunk.
This is porn.
That's not mine.
Mrs. Mapp, you are under the arrest for the possession of pornographic materials. Come on.
Ridiculous. Take it off.
Welcome back to News Channel 10.
Now we'll give information on both sides of the court case. The police think that the 14th Amendment doesn't forbid the admission of evidence obtained by a legal search and seizure, meaning that just because the evidence was illegally obtained does not mean it should be thrown out of court. They also think that the Bill of Rights only restricts those rights of the national government, not that of the state level.
In Mrs. Mapp's defense, there was no actual search warrant, and she wants all the evidence to be thrown out.
Now Mrs. Mapp and the state of Ohio will file a brief, which says, Miss Mapp wants to throw out illegal materials and the police want to convict her of having those materials. The judge will hear both sides of the argument, and the court will adjourn for 2 weeks to think about the decision and then meet in a conference after that. After they have met in the conference, the majority of the jury will make a decision.
Welcome back to News Channel 10. Mrs. Mapp was convicted in Ohio, and now we will go take a look in the court where they read up the brief. Now let's hear both sides of the argument.
Mrs. Mapp should absolutely be found guilty because she had obscene materials in her home that were illegal.
And the defense?
No, I shouldn't be guilty because they came in my house with a fake search warrant.
Anything else?
It wasn't mine.
Is that it?
That's it. That wasn't mine.
Okay. We find Mrs. Tori Mapp guilty of possession of pornography.
No, I'm taking my case to the courts of appeal.
We, the courts of appeal, also find Mrs. Tori Mapp guilty of possession of pornographic material.
No, I want to take it to the Supreme Court.
Now the Supreme Court will hear both sides of the case. Plaintiff.
Mrs. Mapp should be found guilty for the possession of pornographic material.
Defendant.
Your Honor.
They came into my house with a fake search warrant. That's not legal.
The court will now adjourn for 2 weeks.
I'm not guilty. That's not guilty.